Okay, so I just want to do a quick video on Ryan Holiday's Stillness is the Key. It's not out yet, it's out on the 10th of October, but I'm quite impatient and I just want to have a bit of a chat about it anyway because it's something that I've been waiting for a little while now. I tend to do a lot of videos on YouTube. I read a lot. I tend to do at least a book review a week, so generally personal development books, but I do read other books as well to try and broaden my mind a little bit. I don't want to get too kind of focused on the same thing. I do believe in kind of generalising a little bit, and I think that when you read different things, your knowledge kind of comes together in a better way. So I'm very into personal development. I'm passionate about helping young people and older people as well who kind of feel a bit lost in their career and where they are in life. I'm really passionate about getting the message of personal development across. I think it's really good for mental health and for well-being and all of that. So yeah, so I'm just starting out really on YouTube, just giving it a go. I've got no fancy gimmicks or anything like that, so you know, I'm sure as I practice I'll get down the line, I'll sort of learn a few techniques that'll make my videos a bit more popular. But please feel free to like and subscribe if you get a chance, and then you'll have access to all of my free stuff that I'm doing. Basically, I kind of want to get the message out there as much as I can. I don't really expect anything in return, but a nice like would be good here and there. So yeah, Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday, out October the 10th. I'm going to get that and I'm going to get through it hopefully fairly quickly within a few days, and I'll do a review on that then. Okay, I'll put that on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this because it's something that I've been thinking about quite a bit myself recently. So I'm very much into personal development, self-help type stuff, and it does concern me that we're so sort of focused on our phones. I mean, even me now doing this, I'm staring at my phone, I'm using my phone, I'm using technology, but I think it's really important that we don't become too obsessed and we don't give in too easily to our kind of, I suppose, our emotions, our addictions and things like that. And these companies like Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, all of them really are very good at kind of tapping into our kind of the addictive side of our personality, I suppose. And we tend to find that whenever we're kind of alone or a little bit bored, we reach for the phone, we check on something, we update something, we research something, and in some ways that's really good. It's good to have that power at your fingertips that you can kind of answer any question. You can look online, there's so much information there. But I suppose, not to sound too cheesy, with great power comes great responsibility, and with any good tool, particularly technology, it can be used for good, but it can also be kind of abused very easily. And it seems a real shame to allow something so powerful to kind of cause harm to people's well-being and to their mental health. And I think that is what's happening quite a lot. It's something that I have to be quite mindful of myself. Even with doing these videos, I tend to check them fairly regularly to see how well they're doing. Emails, I have to really discipline myself to kind of look at them just a couple of times a day rather than keep checking them. These are all things that successful people do. So successful people generally do things that other people aren't prepared to do. So they discipline themselves. They don't just look at Facebook all the time, you know, when they're bored or out. Not that they often get bored because they're so busy, but you know, successful people tend to use their time very well and efficiently. And I think if you're just walking around, maybe you're walking the dog and your head is down in your phone, and that puts you in quite a vulnerable position, really. You know, the world isn't that safe a place, and someone could take advantage quite quickly of that. It's also nice just to have your wits about you and just to sort of breathe deeply and look around, sort of be in nature a little bit. And I suppose some people live in kind of rough parts of a city, maybe that's not the same, but then, you know, you've got to consider safety in that situation. But for me, I think Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday is going to kind of address this sort of stuff to a certain extent. I think it's quite important that we understand the importance of meditation and kind of being comfortable with being alone with our thoughts. And if we're not comfortable being alone with our thoughts, then we kind of need to practice that rather than kind of run away from it. Obviously, if you're someone with severe mental health, that's different. That needs to be looked at in a different way. That needs to be treated. But you can quickly find yourself getting towards a state of bad mental health if you don't use that discipline and kind of practice kind of being with yourself, practice being in nature a little bit, breathing deeply, meditating a little bit, being a bit grateful for the things that you've got. You know, I've got 2 young kids and I don't want them to grow up thinking it's okay just to be staring at screens all the time. It's really hard to avoid. They already use screens to a certain extent, but it's really important. I want them to be outside, running around, playing, getting dirty, climbing trees, all the typical stuff that us old people rant on about and the older people before us ranted on at us about. But there is a certain amount of truth there. We need to kind of keep balance, and I think Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday, when it comes out, I think is going to be really interesting. I'm really keen to see what other stuff he talks about. He talks a lot about stoicism and Marcus Aurelius in his other books. I read Ego is the Enemy, not long ago, which I thought was really good, and I will be doing a book review on that fairly soon on YouTube, so have a look at that one if you get a chance. That's a really good book. So yeah, all the stoicism stuff is really worth looking at. There's loads of stuff on YouTube on that, loads of books on that. But Ryan Holiday is really, he's really good. I will definitely be reading his book, and yeah, I'm hoping that he's got some good advice in terms of the stuff that I'm talking about here. Like I say, the obvious stuff is the Facebook and the mobile phone stuff, but we get our best ideas when we are relaxed and we're not kind of filling our mind with crap. When we're in the shower, maybe we're not really thinking, ideas come to us, so it can be quite damaging to our creativity. If you're somebody who wants to be successful, you want to create something, then constantly checking silly things on Facebook and your emails and stuff is going to impact that in a negative way. So yeah, I think this book is going to be really worthwhile. I think it's definitely going to be a sort of 4.5, 5-star one, but we will see. So October the 10th, Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. I will give it a read. I will put a review on here. If you get a chance, if you're feeling kind, please give me a subscribe, give me a like. I'm very new to this YouTube stuff, as you can tell. There's no kind of there's no sort of fancy stuff with my filming. I just literally set up the camera when I get a spare 5-10 minutes and just film stuff. I just want to get this information out. Hopefully it's a bit of value, get it out there for free. Don't really expect anything in return. The odd like would be good, of course. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. It's good to practice talking in front of the camera and stuff, and getting the information out there. So Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday, out on October the 10th. Cheers.